You are about to hear 10 morning lessons, 10 simple rules that can change your mind before the world touches it. This is a Stoic morning routine. Not a set of habits to look impressive, but a way to become unshakable. If you start your day the way most people do, you wake up already behind. You wake up reacting. You wake up chasing. You wake up with your mind rented out to whatever is loudest. Stoicism gives you another option. You begin the day on purpose. You choose your thoughts before they choose you. You build a morning that makes you harder to break, calmer under pressure, and more disciplined when nobody is watching. Lesson number 1. You begin the morning by taking back your mind before anything else takes it. Before messages, before news, before other people's problems, you give yourself a few quiet minutes, not to relax in a lazy way, but to become present. Marcus Aurelius wrote his private notes to himself early and often, not to sound wise, but to stay steady. He knew the world would try to pull him into anger, ego, and fear. So he trained first. You do the same. You sit up. You breathe slowly. You let the mind stop sprinting. You do not try to force silence. You simply watch what shows up. Anxiety might appear. Plans might appear. Old memories might try to replay. You notice them without obeying them. Epictetus taught that you are not disturbed by events, but by your judgments about events. This is where you catch those judgments before they harden into your day. In modern life, you are surrounded by alarms, notifications, opinions, demands, expectations. They all want a piece of you. This first lesson is you saying no, not forever, just for a few minutes. You remember who is in charge. You are. You are not a machine that starts running the moment the button is pressed. You are a mind that chooses. This is also the moment you set a simple intention. One sentence, something clear. Today you will be patient. Today you will be honest. Today you will do the difficult thing first. Stoicism is not about having perfect feelings. It is about choosing the right direction anyway. You start the morning by pointing your mind toward that direction. Lesson number 2. You practice negative visualization before the day begins. Not to become pessimistic, but to become prepared. Seneca often spoke about rehearsing hardship in your imagination so that hardship feels less shocking when it arrives. Most people wake up expecting ease. Then they feel personally attacked when life becomes life. The Stoic wakes up expecting friction, then stays calm when it appears. You take a short moment to picture what could go wrong today. A delay, a misunderstanding, someone disrespectful, a plan collapsing, your energy dropping, a problem you did not ask for. You picture it clearly, and then you remind yourself of one truth. You can handle it. Marcus Aurelius would tell himself in the morning that he would meet people who are selfish, rude, and ungrateful. He did not say it to complain. He said it to remain just. He refused to let other people's flaws pull him away from his own character. In modern life, negative visualization keeps you from emotional surprise. When the traffic is bad, you do not explode. You expected obstacles. When a client changes the plan, you do not fall apart. You expected change. When someone speaks to you with disrespect, you do not rush to revenge. You expected ignorance. Then you add one more part. You imagine losing something you currently take for granted. Your health, your ability to walk, your clean water, your home, your time. You do not do this to scare yourself. You do it to wake yourself up. Gratitude becomes real when you remember that nothing is guaranteed. You step into the day less entitled and more awake. That is strength. Lesson number 3. You decide what is in your control, and you release what is not. This is the heartbeat of Stoicism. Epictetus built his philosophy on this simple division. Some things are up to you, and some things are not. Your peace depends on not mixing them up. So, in the morning, you sort your day. You name what you control. Your effort, your attention, your attitude, your words, your choices, your willingness to do what is right. Then you name what you do not control. Other people's moods, outcomes, timing, traffic, the past, the opinions of strangers. Most stress comes from trying to control what cannot be controlled. Most regret comes from neglecting what could have been controlled. The Stoic morning routine fixes both. You put your hands back on the right steering wheel. In modern life, this means you stop beginning your day by arguing with reality. If you have work, you do the work. If you made a mistake, you correct it. If you cannot change something, you stop feeding it with your energy. This lesson also protects you from comparison. You cannot control who gets praised. You cannot control who gets lucky. You cannot control who seems ahead. You can control your progress today. That is enough. When you start the morning with this division, the day becomes simpler. Not easier, but simpler. You stop carrying imaginary responsibilities. You stop demanding perfect conditions. You stop waiting for permission to be disciplined. You act where you can act. You accept where you must accept. Lesson number 4. You train your body early, not for vanity, but for command. The Stoics understood that the body and the mind are connected. When the body is weak, the mind becomes noisy. When the body is trained, the mind becomes more obedient. This does not require a perfect workout. It requires a decision to do something uncomfortable on purpose. A walk with pace, a short run, strength training, mobility, even a cold shower if that is safe for you. The point is not punishment. The point is readiness. Seneca wrote about practicing discomfort so you do not become a slave to comfort. Comfort is not evil, but addiction to comfort is. If you cannot tolerate effort, you cannot tolerate life. In modern life, your mornings are designed to make you soft. Soft bed, soft entertainment, soft scrolling, soft excuses. This lesson is you refusing to be shaped by softness. You move. You sweat. You remind your nervous system that you can do hard things without drama. This also builds self-trust. When you say you will move, and you do it, you become someone who keeps promises. To yourself, that changes everything. Because discipline is not a personality trait. It is a reputation you build with your own mind. And when the day later tries to intimidate you, you remember the morning. You already faced resistance and stayed steady. Now you can do it again. Lesson number 5. You guard your inputs like a Stoic guardian at the gate. What enters your mind in the first hour becomes the mood of your day. Marcus Aurelius did not have a phone, but he did have politics, war, gossip, and pressure. He still chose what he fed his mind. So you make a rule. No chaotic information first. No rage bait. No endless headlines. No waking up and immediately consuming other people's fear. You do not begin your day by being trained to panic. Instead, you choose one clean input, something that strengthens you, a short Stoic passage, a page from Meditations, a few lines from Epictetus, a calm lesson that reminds you what matters. In modern life, attention is hunted. Algorithms chase your emotions because emotions keep you watching. Stoicism is you refusing to be farmed. You choose your own food. You choose your own fuel. This lesson does not mean you ignore reality. It means you choose the timing. You handle information when you are strong, not when you are half asleep and defenseless. When you protect your inputs, you protect your reactions. When you protect your reactions, you protect your character. And in Stoicism, character is the real currency. Lesson number 6. You rehearse virtue, not success. Most people wake up chasing results, money, praise, comfort, status. But the Stoics trained something deeper, virtue, the ability to act with wisdom, justice, courage, and self-control. So in the morning, you choose one virtue to practice today, not 10. 1. Simple and clear. If you choose courage, you decide what you will face instead of avoid. If you choose self-control, you decide what you will not indulge. If you choose justice, you decide where you will be fair, even when it costs you. If you choose wisdom, you decide where you will slow down and think before you react. Epictetus taught that your real job is to respond well, not to be loved, not to be admired, not to win every situation, to respond well. In modern life, this changes your entire day. You stop measuring yourself by external outcomes. You stop collapsing when a plan fails. You start measuring yourself by how you showed up. Did you lie to make it easier? Did you explode to feel powerful? Did you avoid the hard conversation? Did you waste hours on cheap pleasure? This lesson builds an inner scoreboard, a Stoic scoreboard. If you win there, the day is not wasted, even if everything else goes wrong. That is freedom. Lesson number 7. You plan the day with realism and simplicity, not a fantasy schedule, not a perfect version of you that never gets tired, a real plan that respects time and energy. Marcus Aurelius had endless responsibilities, but he still returned to basics. Do the work of a human being. Do what is in front of you. Do not scatter yourself. So you choose your 3 main actions, the few things that actually matter. You decide when you will do them. You remove the vague hope and replace it with a clear intention. This is also where you practice Stoic prioritization. You stop giving equal weight to everything. You do not treat small tasks like emergencies. You do not treat distractions like destiny. You choose what deserves your focus. Seneca warned about being busy without direction. He said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it." This lesson is you refusing to waste the day before it even begins. In modern life, planning like this protects you from drift. Drift is when your day is stolen in small pieces. One message, one scroll, one random task, one interruption, and suddenly the day is gone, and nothing meaningful happened. You make the plan simple enough to follow and strong enough to guide you. Then you commit to it without needing motivation. This is how you build a disciplined life quietly. Lesson number 8. You practice voluntary restraint in the morning. You choose one small denial, not to be extreme, but to be free. It can be delaying your first coffee. It can be eating a simpler breakfast. It can be avoiding sugar. It can be leaving the phone in another room. The point is not the specific thing. The point is training the muscle that says no. The Stoics respected pleasure, but they did not kneel to it. Epictetus would remind you that if you cannot control your appetite controls you. In modern life, you are surrounded by instant satisfaction. Food delivered instantly, entertainment instantly, dopamine instantly. You can live an entire life without practicing restraint, and that life will feel weak, because the moment something becomes difficult, you will reach for comfort instead of character. This lesson makes you tougher in a calm way. You prove to yourself that you can want something and not obey the want. That is rare power. That is the beginning of mastery. And when later in the day temptation appears, whether it is distraction, anger, gossip, or indulgence, you remember the morning. You already practiced restraint. You already proved you are not owned. Lesson number 9. You prepare your speech. You decide how you will speak today. Stoicism is not only internal, it shows up in your words. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself to be gentle, to be fair, to speak with purpose. Seneca warned about words that spill out without thought, because once spoken, they cannot be taken back. So, you choose a rule for your mouth. You will not complain today unless it leads to action. You will not exaggerate. You will not speak to be liked. You will not respond immediately when you feel triggered. You will speak slower when you feel emotional. In modern life, your words are constantly tested. Online arguments, workplace tension, family dynamics, people pushing buttons. This lesson is your shield. It helps you stay dignified. Epictetus taught that you do not need to explain yourself to everyone. You do not need to win every debate. You do not need to prove your worth with noise. When you start the day with a speech rule, you protect yourself from regret. You also protect your relationships. You become the person who speaks with calm weight instead of frantic emotion. People feel safer around that. And more importantly, you feel safer inside yourself. Lesson number 10. You end the morning routine by remembering death in a steady way, not with horror, but with clarity. This is memento mori, the Stoic reminder that you will not live forever, so you must live honestly now. Marcus Aurelius wrote that you could leave life at any time. Let that determine what you do and say and think. You do not use this thought to become dark. You use it to become awake. If today might be your last day, you stop delaying what matters. You stop pretending you have endless time. You stop treating your life like a rehearsal. In modern life, this lesson cuts through nonsense. It makes your priorities sharper. It makes your patience deeper. It makes your courage more urgent. You stop wasting hours on people who do not respect you. You stop wasting years on habits that destroy you. You stop living as if you will magically become disciplined later. Seneca wrote that the whole future lies in uncertainty, so live immediately. That does not mean reckless pleasure. It means deliberate living. So you ask yourself one clear thing. If you were truly honest, what would you do today? Then you do not negotiate with that answer. You let it guide you. This is how the Stoic morning routine becomes a Stoic life. Rebuild section. When you practice all 10 lessons together, you do not just have a better morning, you become a different kind of person. You become someone who begins the day from the inside, not from the outside. You stop waking up and surrendering your mind to noise. You stop being surprised by difficulty. You stop demanding that life be gentle before you act with strength. You become calm, because you choose your inputs and your judgments. You become disciplined because you practice discomfort and restraint. You become resilient because you expect obstacles and stay steady. You become intentional because you plan with clarity and focus on what you control. You become cleaner in your character because you rehearse virtue and guard your words. You become awake because you remember time is limited and therefore precious. This is not a personality makeover. It is an identity rebuild. You are not someone who tries to be stoic sometimes. You are someone who trains your mind every morning the way a warrior trains before battle, quietly, consistently, without needing applause. Conclusion. There are two ways to live your mornings. One way is the old way. You wake up distracted, you grab your phone, you absorb other people's fear, you rush into the day half-conscious. You react to whatever happens. You complain when it hurts. You chase comfort when it is hard. You say things you regret. You end the day tired, not because you worked with purpose, but because you were pulled in 10 directions. The other way is the Stoic way. You wake up and take command. You meet the day prepared. You accept that obstacles will come and you do not panic. You focus on what you can control and release what you cannot. You train your body and strengthen your mind. You choose virtue over ego. You protect your attention. You speak with discipline. You live as if time matters, because it does. The choice is not dramatic. It is quiet. It is made in the first minutes of the morning, and once you choose it, you do not need a perfect day. You only need the decision to live it with strength.